Welcome to the episode of Potion Sword Run. In this episode, we're going to be talking about Avowed and how it angers the Grifters already. It ain't no surprise to me because that's what they do. They find one game to complain about and then move on to the next game. They wake up every day, they look up for stories to be angry about, and they get their audience angry. What game is getting them angry now? Avowed by Obsidian. Why? For multiple reasons. A couple. Let me discuss a couple with you guys. One, because it has pronouns, supposedly. There's a screenshot going around where it shows he, him on there, and that is a no-no. Can't have pronouns. Oh no, my god, it ruins everything. The whole game. The whole game is ruined because of those pronouns. Oh my god. It's just, I find it hilarious and kind of sad how fickle these grown men are. They're like in their 40s and 50s and shit. And pronouns are breaking their brains. Like, I don't even, who care? I don't care for pronouns. I don't do pronouns, but I don't get crazy about them. It's like, especially because they're not about me. They don't affect me. But for some reason, it's like holy water to them. To the freaking vampires. It's so sad that pronouns hurt their feelings that much, and they're gonna boycott the game because of pronouns. That's okay. I digress. But not only that, they're also mad at an art director for the game because he says, now I'm not gonna mess up his words, so I'm gonna show you exactly what he said. Unlike some people out there. Now, this was taken by Asmangold. And now, Matt Hansen said, reminder to black artists out there who are looking for portfolio reviews or job advice, my DMs are open, and you'll always have my priority. We got too many crusty white dudes in this field. Please let me help you replace me one day. I want to go back to living in the woods. Again, to black artists out there who are looking for portfolio reviews or job advice, my DMs are open. Now, he's a director. He pretty much sees in his field, at least at Obsidian where he works, that there's not enough black people who work there. Now, he's trying to get more people into the industry who are diverse, who are qualified. That's why he's asking them to, hey, show me your work, and I will give you advice on how to get hired in the industry. Now, nowhere in this little statement does it say, I'm only going to hire black people. He's saying he's going to give his time to give them advice and to review their portfolio. That's all he's saying. Of course, he also says that he wants to replace crusty old white dudes. Because I'm sure the industry is full of crusty old white dudes. Crusty old white dudes like the guys who keep on complaining about he, shim, and this and that, and SBI and DI. Who wants to work with people like that? Seriously. Like, I would not want to work with people like that who just think in that nature. It's not good in a creative environment. But Grummz, Smash JT, Ian Chong, and even Elon Musk will have you believe that what he is saying is he's not going to hire anybody but black and minority people. That he's going to exclude white people from getting the job. Where nowhere in his statement he even said that. He is saying he's going to give advice for job seekers and review portfolios for black people. That is all. He isn't saying he's not going to hire white people. He isn't saying he's going to put them in a priority to hire over white people. Just that because he sees the landscape of nothing but crusty old white dudes, he wants more black people to give him the chance, or at least to lead them in the way on how to get a job. Lead them in the right direction. Maybe, coach them on what may be lacking in their portfolio. Or in their interviewing skills, because he's been there, done that, and he already knows what they're looking for. And there's nothing wrong with that. And people who see something wrong with that have something wrong with them. And they know it, so they have to stretch the truth. Here's Ian Chong. And for people that don't know him, he's a right wing, like alt right wing activist. That's what he is. Masquerading as a journalist. Microsoft Gaming Division is excluding whites from being hired to work on their video games. All of their new hires are unqualified queer and black people because the company executives have an explicit mandate against crusty old white dudes. Like, where did he come up with all that? Where did it come up with the Microsoft Gaming Division excluding whites from being hired? Where is this proof that any queer or black people who are hired are unqualified? Like, why would any company want to hire unqualified people? Obviously, they're qualified to do the job they're being hired for, or else they wouldn't be hired. Like, imagine, okay, I'm going to hire you to make these 3D assets, and then nothing gets done because you don't know how to make 3D assets. Like, come on, man. That's not going to fly. And for you to think that that would happen in a freaking company, you got to be brain dead. And it says it's because the company's executives have an explicit mandate against crusty old white dudes. Nowhere did Matt says the company has explicit mandates against crusty old white dudes. He is a white dude. But these guys, these crusty old white dudes are so freaking sensitive that pronouns, executives out there wanting to make the gaming industry more diverse by giving his expertise, advice to people out there looking to break into the gaming industry who are not white, angers them and makes them scared for some reason. So Ian Mile Chong pretty much just lies in his whole statement here, and then people take it as gospel. Idiots out there like Elon Musk. Satnaya, this is illegal. It's like, what the hell? Why would he even take that tweet as just plain truth and escalate it to this point? This is the richest man in the world chiming in video games, the video game that he's probably not even gonna play. Not only that, though, he's spreading lies on his truth network here. How sad is that? If I was a billionaire, if I was sending rockets into space trying to, change the world, like this stuff, petty shit like this, wouldn't even be on my freaking radar. I personally think that he's a freaking idiot. He comes, like, for some reason people think he's smart out there, but when you listen to him speak, like, I'm not sure if he has a dick in his mouth, but something's wrong with him, he has a lisp and shit. But he takes so much time to get his thoughts together. I mean, he was good with money, but we know where his money came from. But beyond his money, he's pathetic. Especially if you're chiming in on shit like this. And of course, we have the kiss-ass Smash JT having to jump in. And he's back at his shenanigans again, trying to get people fired. This time, supposedly, they reached out to him. But then he has to CC his daddy, Elon Musk, to escalate things like a little snitch that he is. Smash JT. Regarding Matt Hansen potentially being fired, another industry insider has just reached out to me and stated the following behind the scenes info at Obsidian. No, he won't. He has support from above. While this is always subject to change, it's the current sentiment at Obsidian. CC Elon Musk. All of this made up scandal over nothing, over a guy telling minorities out there that he would lend his expertise to look at their portfolios, give them a review, give them job advice. Just because he calls his own people crusty white dudes, they take offense to it. Who cares? Like, when have gamers become so damn sensitive? Like, especially these guys. And the whole obsession with being in the minority or majority. Okay, let's just say you're in the majority. Why do you have to feel so attacked all the time? You guys are the majority, right? I mean, how do you feel so scared and subjected to being attacked and so small and words hurt you and scare you if you're the majority? It's because these guys are crusty old white dudes, beta males, who have nothing better to do but to complain about video games each day and try to get people fired. Yet, for some reason out there, gamers out there think that these guys are fighting for their political rights, trying to get politics out of video games. When in reality, all they're trying to do It just gets you guys angry about video games. We've had diversity in video games since long ago. Dungeons and Dragons with Boulder Gates, just like owls and this and that. You know, it's always been part of our games. Romancing the opposite sex has been part of our games. We've had it in Mass Effect. We've had it in so many different games out there. But just so recently, these guys found that if they rant about it, if they scare people about it, for some reason they see the transgender issue and they know that it can get people angry, and if they talk about it in a negative way, that it works to bring up their numbers. You look at all of these guys, all of their content, and that's what they do because they know that it gets people angry, gets them engaged, and that's the only reason why they do it. They don't really care about the games, because when you think about it, Avowed is made from Obsidian. Obsidian. When you think of all the studios out there, all the great studios that make great games, Obsidian is on the top. Come on. KOTOR 2, Fallout New Vegas. They are the cream of the crop. And it's sad because as gamers, we used to celebrate game studios. We used to celebrate the games that they made. We didn't care about little things that they put in the game like he/him. We didn't care about romancing the same sex in video games. You know, we just celebrated the games for what they were. We celebrated diversity. We wanted games to be different. We wanted them to take risk. But now, see, these gamers, these crusty old white dudes just want vanilla games. So I find it good that some game companies out there, some devs out there are always pushing back at these fools. Like Tim Sweeney pushing back at Smash JT trying to get people fired. We have new indie devs out there who are in the crossfire right now because they don't want these woke, anti-woke people to play their games. We have creators out there like David Jaffe who calls these guys out all the time because these people aren't serious and you can see through their grift. We have gamers finally waking up out there and getting tired of all the negativity, the constant negativity that these guys produce. At the end of the day, we don't have to listen to these people. I mean, you don't have to listen to these people. I don't listen to these people. I'm going to enjoy Avowed. It looks like it's going to be an awesome RPG. A little smaller, something more beatable in a manageable time, hopefully. But you know me, I spend my time with games, so probably going to take me a long time to get through that game as well. But so far from what I see from Avowed, it looks beautiful. I mean, the enemies look, I mean, it looks awesome. I mean, there's nothing to complain about so far. The combat looks cool. I like the dual wielding. I'm not sure what kind of build I'm going to play. I'm not even sure what kind of game it is right now. I've seen what it is. I like what it is, so I'm kind of staying away from the story and all that stuff. So, yeah, I'm not out there crying about little screenshots. It's not hurting my fifis. I'm not crying about developers out there who want to make the gaming community more diverse, who want to lend expertise to people, because I'm not a little bitch, you know? Especially when it comes to video games. But Elon Musk, come on, man. Dude, come on. You know, I expect it from Asmangold. You know, he's a freaking dirty ass. Doesn't even clean his room. Freaking lives with roaches and shit. Crawling up all up on his shirt. You know, he is a racist or a bigot, as you can see. He had a big old rant against the Palestinians, calling them inferior.
They're not able to kill as many people as Israel because they don't have as many bombs and as many weapons. But if they did, they'd be doing the same thing. That's it. Just takes enough. That's right. These people are not your allies. They are not the same as us. They come from an inferior culture that is horrible. It kills people for their identity, and it is directly antithetical to everything Western values stand for, and it is an inferior culture in all ways. It is that simple.
How, like, who calls other people inferior? Well, I mean, these guys do. That's why they talk about DEI, SBI, and all that bullshit, because in their heart of hearts, they think that if a black person or a person of color anywhere gets hired, they're inferior for some reason, DEI. It's like, that thought has never even come across my mind. If anything, I would think if I saw a black doctor, that he had to go through so much shit to get there, that he must be the smartest motherfucker that ever lived. I'm just saying. I'm gonna leave it right there. If you got offended by this man calling the people around him crusty white people, You know, I don't know. I don't know what to say. They're just words. You know, it's like white people ragging on their own people, black people ragging on their own people, Hispanic people ragging on their own people. I mean, that's kind of what we do. Nowhere did he say they're not going to hire white people. Nowhere does Microsoft say they're not going to hire white people. Nowhere they're a mandate they can't hire white people. So, you know, like I said, these guys are going to complain every day. They're going to wake up and complain every day. This is just the latest game in the latest controversy. Well, we'll see what game comes out next. I'm not quite sure, but I'm pretty sure there'll be a next one. I can guarantee there's gonna be a next one. I can put my kidneys that they're gonna be a next one. I'm just rambling, guys. I got nothing else for you. I'm gonna leave it right there. I know this one was all over the place, but man, these guys, you know, they're ridiculous. But I just don't understand how people can find them serious. You know, I think what happened is at one point, and I think this is it. At one point, they had a point. At one time and place, they had a point. You know, but then they had to keep on rolling with it, and now they're finding like just little things to complain about. It's like they can't go back, and I don't feel sorry for them. I hope. I mean, I don't hope, but it's like I'm glad that they're stuck in this cycle of negativity for their lives. I really am. And even though it's bringing them success in their numbers, you know, it's like, imagine having to live that your whole life. Just look for everything that's negative and complain. I can't do it. I'm going to leave it right there. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Remember to enjoy your life and to love yourself. Peace.